I'm
I can
wearing.
say you are wearing. What is that? Like a? I mean, is it? Is it like a? Is it for warmth or more wind? Is it like a windbreaker or?
It's a fleece,
Okay, fleece.
so I guess multi-purpose.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. We're here. You got me. You got Devin, and I'm just looking at this picture of Tua with a Shiesty mask on, and I just can't
Can
understand.
we
Like, I
stop
don't.
calling them shiesties?
No, no. If anything, we're probably gonna throw the name at the end Tua Shiesty, uh,
Sure.
which doesn't work at all. Joe Shiesty sounds way better, but
Yeah.
this mask, the Shiesty mask on indoors in LA in November. I mean, it just don't. I don't know. It just doesn't make too much
Were they not in
sense.
Miami last night?
No, no, no. They were
Am I stupid?
they were over in Cali with a
They
in a
were in Cali
in a
because
in a
I
dome.
did. I noticed a cool feature about that stadium that the opposing locker room entrance is in the corner, the far corner, and the Rams one is right behind their bench. I've never seen that in the stadium. They just walk directly behind their bench, their side of the field,
Wait, like
into the
that's
locker
their
room.
tunnel?
That their tunnel is behind
I was gonna say
their
because
sideline.
everybody has the steps to their locker room behind the
You know,
bench.
I think their tunnel is behind them.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Or
no,
their
they
exit.
were they were, well, some people credit, Jerry Jones for blocking the sun in just everybody's face with his stadium. So,
Everybody.
you know, it's just fair game. It makes it
Yeah, I
fair.
don't.
It
I
makes it fair
mean,
for everyone.
I feel like every few years we get some of those plays.
I,
It's
I,
the big
I don't like.
sunblocks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this year it seems like there's been a big talk about like the sun being a factor. Like they made it a big deal, especially like at the tail end of last season about Miami Stadium, how they designed it to have the away side always to be in the sun,
Yeah,
and
that's kind
and
of been a
and the
thing for them.
fans in the
Yeah,
sun,
no, it's
which I mean is
gnarly.
I'm not gonna lie, like, all right, let's just look at it like this. People blame Travis Scott for what happened to fans in a crowd, right? And then a franchise goes out of their way to make sure fans are melting
Yeah, and
in
players.
Miami.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's not always the opposing team. You might have a Miami fan on that side. You
sure.
might have you might have family of the other team on that side. Who
Yeah,
knows? And they're just melting in that Miami heat.
yeah.
Preseason game in Miami, those stands should be blocked off
Should
just
be
for
138 degrees on that side.
lawsuit purposes.
Sure.
It should be shut off. But yeah, no, Tua and a Shiesty in a dome in LA, in Miami, it wouldn't have made sense either way. So
No,
I
I
don't know
mean
if
maybe
maybe
that protected him a little bit. 'Cause, for whatever reason, he wants to die. I mean, sure,
yeah, no
go out,
guardian cap
go out. He's not wearing a guardian cap. I still don't. I don't really care if they wear a guardian cap or not.
because
Like
they don't. I'm not gonna keep
they
going
don't
on my
work. No,
rant.
it's like I don't. I don't care. But
Yeah.
it's like I know. Yeah, you just throw a pick, go out and make a play. Don't dive headfirst in someone's knee.
Okay. See, here's the thing though. If
You're a
first of all,
quarterback.
first of all, way less dangerous than how Patrick Mahomes tried to tackle, bro. Um, remember who did he take out? It wasn't it wasn't when it wasn't when he took out he didn't take Pacheco out. But who did a few weeks back? Mahomes went to go tackle on an interception and just completely dived at whose leg did he dive at?
Oh fuck! I
You
don't
know
know
what
who
I'm
that was. I
but
can't remember.
you know who I'm talking about. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
chief. It was a chief.
Fuck. Who was that? I don't know.
I I don't want to say it was he's not that's not what broke Pacheco's leg.
It wasn't Rashi, was it? It
Oh,
may have been Rashi Rice.
it was,
It may have been Rashi
because it
Rice.
was
Yeah.
because it was a crash, because the whole crash jokes and the
Yeah, yeah. Which
crashing and running or what? Yeah, okay, I remember
I
now.
don't know. I still would like to see him get suspended. Even though
Quarterbacks,
it's not-
some quarterbacks just can't tackle.
But I don't. He shouldn't be out there tackling. Like unless you are the last dude. I don't know.
Oh no, you should definitely be out there tackling.
I guess.
you should. Well, no, you should definitely be out there tackling. Like if like you said, if you are the last line of defense, like you said, and he was. I mean, maybe just learn how to tackle a little bit better. Maybe he was trying to avoid a hip tackle fine. Maybe he didn't want to. He's seeing all these fines getting thrown out. Maybe he didn't want to get hit with the hip drop tackle ban or fine. You know,
I
I don't know.
guess.
I think it was if Tua wasn't known for these injuries and the whole head thing, it would not have been talked about at all. I
Sure.
don't think he knows how to tackle. Sure, he might have been
I
trying
mean,
to learn how to
if you saw
slide.
Lamar do that, I think we'd be concerned. Like Lamar doesn't get hit like that often. Quarterbacks, if they're in the pocket, don't, or if they're behind the line of scrimmage, they don't get hit like that with a knee to the fucking head. Now, it wasn't the most violent hit
I'm
ever.
gonna say, but think about what you're saying though. Quarterbacks go in for tackles, especially on picks they throw, or just on turnovers. Period. Like they go in for
No,
tackles.
but they usually miss. So
Now
they're
you're right.
usually
Lamar
kind of in
doesn't
the
do that
area.
often. Lamar don't throw a lot of picks.
Lamar's thrown 2 picks.
That's
so.
a different story. Now maybe
Agreed.
Jared Goff didn't he didn't have 5 tackle attempts.
Maybe.
You telling me there weren't at least 7 tackle attempts by a quarterback in that game between Detroit and Houston?
Weren't there 9?
There had to be.
Weren't there 9 picks? Or was it 7?
There were.
I thought CJ threw 4. Maybe I'm stupid.
I might have read this shit wrong.
No, I
2 picks. 2 picks by
okay.
2 picks from CJ, 5 from Jared Goff. But
first guy since who was the last dude to throw 5?
5 and win?
Matt Ryan, I think.
5 and win?
Yeah, 5 and win. I think it was like Matt Ryan, like 2011.
I was gonna say my guess would have been Jameis, but
I was gonna say Mark Sanchez, but yeah, Jameis maybe. Yeah.
But we'll talk about that game in a few. But I guess let's get into these games. Week 10. It was an interesting week. I would say.
I didn't like it at all.
I wouldn't say boring. I wouldn't say boring week, but I would say more like just not too. There were some teams that we expected to, maybe just to see a little bit more from them, and they just did not play that well.
No.
Like I was just to go over a couple teams, like maybe like the Rams or the Falcons or the Chiefs or the Vikings or there's like I said, like there's a lot of teams, the Chargers, like there's a lot of teams that just were in close games or lost or just first teams that kind of expected just bigger deficits, bigger defeats.
I'm in the boat right now that the Rams might be the worst in their division right now. Like it.
No.
I know the Seahawks suck, but this.
If we're going to talk about the
team
Rams and Dolphins, let's talk about the Rams and Dolphins. But so let's talk about the Rams though. They're not better. They're not worse than the Seahawks.
They might not be, but they are not good. They are bad.
Okay, what's bad? What do you think is bad about them? Because I know what's bad about the Rams.
The O-line struggled. Not only in the run game. I mean, I don't know how much they ran for. They couldn't get in the end zone. Stafford was got to. Couple drop balls out there.
Their defense sucks.
Their defense is terrible.
It's very. No. It's at best mid. When I'm saying mid, it's like
they had a few. D-line players.
They could be made. I'm saying like at best, like okay, maybe they're 15th in rushing yards allowed.
Sure.
But everything else, it's bottom 50%, and I mean it from rushing, passing, pass rush, takeaways, penalties, yards and penalties. They're top 5 in yards for penalties.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, there's some about that defense that for these past few years, and obviously we're not going to sit here and say, oh, it was just all Aaron Donald, but there was a different type of, I don't know, leadership. Like if you,
but also like a different diversity to that
But if you think like in the
It's a
Matt
great defense.
Stafford era of the Rams, there's been some vets, like a cycle of vets going throughout the Rams that maybe a name like Eric Weddle or Clay Matthews didn't make the biggest impact when it came to on the field, but making guys around them better, I think that was a possibility.
Sure.
Aaron Donald making everybody else on the defensive line better, I think that was a huge and I know that was
and him drawing 2 to 3 guys every play.
I mean, he literally took 3
opens
people
him up a lot
to possibly stop him.
I mean, they were getting back there a little bit. They did contain Tyreek and Waddle for the most part. They weren't letting anything deep. I don't know how good this Miami offense. I mean, I know this Miami offense sucks.
Sucks is a stretch. Tua is not a savior. Like Derek Carr said, there's only one savior, and it's not Tua.
No, but the scariest part about this team is their speed. But none of these dudes are able to get up to speed and get open. Like Tyreek Hill,
how fast you are when you're getting underthrown.
Agreed. But Tua wasn't taking a lot of shots like that. He was throwing these weird crossbody balls over the middle and a few dump offs, and
yeah. I mean, when you just look,
there was no huge attack with Tyreek or anything.
When you look at this Rams defense, there's just not as many veterans or names that, like I said, in these past 3 or 4 years in the Stafford era of just the Rams being if not Super Bowl champs in conversations every year.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. Something's changed about the Rams, and I think maybe their record looks a little bit better if they were healthier. But I mean, they were pretty healthy this game.
They were.
And it's not, it did not help them. But like I said, Tua is not moving me. He's not moving a single. There is not any wiggle in that needle. There is no noodle. Jesus Christ.
What are you trying to
say? Needle moving at all.
Agreed.
Noodle moving noodles, whatever you want to say.
I mean, I'm not impressed by Stafford at all. I mean, he hasn't really had a truly impressive game again. I know that they've dealt with injuries and shit, but he had Coop and Puka out there, took a few sacks, fumbled a few times. No.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford.
I don't know. Everything just looked slowed down in this whole game, both sides.
Matt Stafford's at that point in his career where it's like, if maybe he doesn't have the best regular season, but don't let him get in the playoffs.
Maybe.
I mean, when you look at it, if you got someone like Matt Stafford who is gonna be able to, I mean, he's gonna be one of the best facilitators and operators of an offense if we're talking about teams left in the postseason. And you have a running back like Kyron Williams, and the running game is important in the playoffs. So I mean, a team like them, it's the same thing. Like I don't want the Bengals to slip into the playoffs.
No.
There's a couple of these teams that
the Bengals are
the playoffs is gonna be a problem.
Bengals are probably top 3 scariest teams in the AFC right now.
Let the Bucks get off their bye, go on a run, and Godwin and Mike return.
Yeah.
Don't let those fuckers slip in the playoffs. I'm telling you, there's a couple teams I'm just saying, there's some teams you might not want to let slip in the playoffs. And I know the Rams aren't looking great right now, but that's, I guess I'll stop there. We say how we feel about the Rams. You don't really like what you see from Matt Stafford, and I can't really push back on that. But like
like you said, no. Like if this team gets going with this lineup, it's going to be tough. But I don't know. I wanted to see both of these teams just take more shots. Like they weren't. I don't know, trying to utilize their best ability, which is fucking getting shots down the field.
And I mean, yeah, they're not looking too hot right now, but I mean, they're 4-5. The NFC West is wide open.
Wide.
It's still wide open right now. I mean, when we're sitting here going, damn, looks like the Cardinals might win the West. It's open. I mean, I don't care how good the Cardinals look right now. It is an wide open division. So I woke up early for the Giants and the Panthers to play football. big mistake.
Yeah.
And I don't
All
want
the
to say
Germans woke up at a normal time and paid a bunch of money and drove to a stadium and watched something they couldn't understand.
yeah, you know, I
But
like this. I like to sleep in on my Sundays. You know, I like to, because I know I got a jam packed day. If I wake up too early on a Sunday,
yeah,
bro, halftime of 1 o'clock games,
sure.
I might be snoozing.
You're nodding off,
I
yeah.
might be out. You know, some of these in this game might have put me out for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but Panthers Giants. I mean, we're not gonna. How much time do you really spend analyzing this game? I mean, Bryce Young, sure, Daniel Jones is done. He's not gonna. All I see is
The
he's
second you lose to the Panthers, Daniel Jones' career might be over.
yeah, and I don't know if Daniel Jones is given an opportunity anywhere else.
I doubt it. I mean, probably like a Trubisky type of backup player.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Carson Wentz, somehow he got on the Chiefs.
yeah, I mean, bro's just getting backup ring
But
after
no,
backup ring.
with this Giants team, I mean, they don't have the worst defense. And they've got Malik Neighbors, who I'm assuming they're going to want to build around, and not Daniel Jones. So probably going to – I mean, this, to me, this is a pretty good time to say, hey, let's fucking fully tank now.
And they're also, I mean, they're going to get that first-round pick, and they're obviously going to take a quarterback. But, I mean, call me crazy, but look, I'm not hating on anybody. But the quarterback draft class, the class and the quarterback class this draft is –
we don't know.
I truly don't know. Like,
because, I mean, Carson Beck started the season off great, then had a game with, 5 picks, terrible game against – like, the past 3 weeks, he's looked fucking like a skinny dud. It's terrible. Cam Ward fucking loses to Georgia Tech, fumbles in the last drive of the game.
It's like, that game aside, it's like, I know we're in a different era of football, but I truly don't know how his game's going to translate.
I mean, he is fairly
and we'll see,
accurate and composed.
But like, it's like, you think he would, you think it'd be like, and I know the easy answer could be like, well, it wouldn't be good for anyone, but like Cam Ward specifically, Shador, like, look, okay, you know, honestly, more like, I'd say more of Shador, because I'd say Cam's more polished than Shador.
Yes.
You think Shador wants to go to the Giants and deal with that mess?
I don't know.
I mean,
the last thing I want to see out of him is picking and choosing his teams. I mean, doesn't he want to go to the Cowboys or some shit?
I mean, I don't think he's gonna be the first overall pick either way.
No.
So it doesn't really matter. But it's just like, I don't really know the because of this draft class not being just that eye grabbing, just it's just not that.
Yeah. Like, you have, I
don't want to say not that
you
talented.
have maybe one quarterback in the Heisman race.
I don't want to say not that talented, but I will say it seems like there's more underclassmen quarterbacks being talked about more than there usually are.
You got Quinn Ewers.
And you got the Mahomes copy and paste.
Raiola.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got Arch, young Arch. Arch is still what? Is he redshirt or is he a sophomore now? He's a sophomore.
Is his second year?
Yeah, he's second year.
I don't know.
Because he sat behind him last year, and then the whole thing was like, yo, is he going to stay because Quinn's going to get the job?
Mm-hmm. And Quinn Ewers, I mean, it's like...
Well, they threw fucking Arch out in the middle of a Georgia game against the best defense in college football. And kind of fucked up Arch a little bit. And they're like, whoa, he's not doing any better than Quinn. It's like, hey, fucking... It's playing Georgia, dude. This is tough.
Georgia, yeah, that was kind of a setup, but
yeah,
because of the lack of, I don't want to say lack of talent, but I will use that word for replacement of another word that I can't think of. Because of the lack of talent in the draft class for quarterbacks this year, I don't really know if any of them would be able to clean up the mess in New York for the Giants. Like, I just don't.
Maybe
I don't see that happening.
Travis Hunter. But Daniel Jones isn't going to get any better.
But that's the thing. It's like,
maybe they draft Ashton. first overall, and now Daniel's got a good running back, and they can make the playoffs.
Dude, Travis Hunter's career would be it would start off so treacherous if the Giants drafted him, because they would be the type of franchise to play him on both sides and like fuck it all up, like not know how to like control it or just. And I disagree with that completely. But if they're gonna do it, hopefully whatever team decides to do it can manage it the right way.
I mean, my thing with the two-way thing is like, if the team wants you to do that, sure, but there's no way you're gonna get the maximum out of these players. Out of him on both sides.
Well, out of him and out of whatever corner or receiver he's filling in
for
on the other side. It's like, it's just you're not getting the max.
Like, honestly, a fresh leg corner is gonna be better than you in the fourth quarter.
And it's just in the NFL. It's just a different.
And he's always on these podcasts, and he's like, or his podcast or whatever, and he's like, you really think the NFL's that hard, bro? They say I can't play both ways. It's like, I don't know. I think it's pretty hard because no one's doing it.
Well, I don't know
there's some DBs out there who can catch.
And I don't know if NFL players want to shit on it or like be like, no, you can't do it. But I think most NFL players, I think any NFL player that is putting up productive numbers on whatever side of the ball they play on is very, 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 very well against trying to go play on the other side of the ball at some points during the game.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably not thinking.
There's no dudes out here asking to go play.
No.
DB after fucking scoring a touchdown.
No, like, here's the thing. Like, you think prime Jalen Ramsey was coming off the field like, let me get it. Let me run some routes.
No.
It wasn't. That wasn't happening.
Now Travis is in great shape and he's conditioned and all that shit, but I don't know.
This is the NFL. They're all in good shape. They're all in great shape.
Of course.
They all have the stamina, I guess, to play on both sides. If that's what
except
we're talking about. But good old tap out.
Which is crazy because bro got back in the game. It's like, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
It's a dumb situation out there.
Well, we didn't have to watch Anthony Richardson play this week. Speaking of Anthony Richardson, Buffalo versus Indianapolis. I mean, I'm not too sure what to say. Because according to Bills Mafia, they were supposed to win this game. So they were all right. So let me see if I can get this right. They were supposed to win this game, but they weren't expected to be too good. But they weren't projected to win their division. So because they're 8-2, they're still not better than the Jets or the Dolphins, because they were in the preseason projections projected to be better than them, or whatever, all bullshit.
Well, they want to be seen as underdogs.
Okay.
But they also want to be seen as the best team in football because they have Josh Allen.
Yeah, you can't be the underdog.
Well, they also, they have a number one receiver, one of the better ones in Khalil Shakir, but they also don't have a good number one receiver in Khalil Shakir, which is why they're not as good as they're using both sides. They're like, we're supposed to be bad, but look how good we're playing with all these bad players, but also we're the best.
But then it's like, okay, so then we beat the Joe Flacco-led Colts,
who threw 3 horrible picks.
3 horrible interceptions. And I saw RG3. It's like, ball don't lie. DeMar Hamlin should have won Comeback Player of the Year. It's like,
dude, the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
This is a completely different season.
DeMar played 2 snaps last year, essentially.
Okay, but like
DeMar's a starting safety right now.
Devin. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers threw a touchdown and somebody went, see, he should have won MVP last year. What the hell does this season have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
And that's not the only bad take I heard from RG3, but I'll get to that.
RG3 is rolling with bad takes. It's all right.
Actually, I think it was about the Dolphins. He was like, the Dolphins aren't your average 3-6 ball club. It's like, yeah, they are.
They very much are.
They
showed nothing.
Average. They've shown absolutely nothing. But, I mean, the Bills, okay, cool. They should have beaten the Joe Flacco led, the Anthony Richardson led, the Johnny Unitas led fucking Colts. I mean, it's just they are a good team. They should have won, and we will see what happens against the Chiefs.
I mean, the way that I don't know, I guess they have played against very bad teams who have turned the ball over. I guess I was expecting more, but at the same time, it's like that last touchdown was complete garbage time from the Colts. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Mac Hollins this year is more of an impact than I thought, and
What's
I
more
think it
of
just
an
shows
impact than I thought?
how not number one Khalil Shakir is.
Like, what does that really mean, though? What do you mean more impactful than you really thought? Like, are you just looking at this game, or
No. Like just him scoring a touchdown in general. I think he had one last week and maybe a few weeks before that. I thought that was.
I mean, let's be real. At this point,
Until he gets frostbite.
At this point, it's like, okay, you scored a touchdown. You're in the NFL. That's not moving me. Like, that's not
No. I'm not talking about him as a good player, but I guess we'll give some props out to Josh for being 8-2 with a fairly depleted team.
24-43.
Agreed.
That is the combined record for team. That's the combined record of the teams that the Bills have beaten this year. 24-43.
Which honestly, it's like, thank goodness they're 8-2.
Yeah, they should be 8-2.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. That's all I have to say about the Bills. I'm done talking about the Bills. Their fans are too butthurt. Especially for being 8-2. Denver versus Kansas City.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
I thought they were gonna run away with it, dude.
Here's the thing, though.
That would have been nice.
Here's the thing. I know it's like everybody talks about like the fact that Denver had them in that situation, like had them in a game,
yeah,
to where they could win by a field goal.
Yeah.
But have we not gotten to the point this year where even when it, like, if you start to get that feeling, like I've gotten that feeling where it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it's almost like maybe the Chiefs aren't playing too well, and or the team they're playing against is just showing out a little bit. But in your stomach, it's like, when that clock hits zeros, the Chiefs are going to be the winners.
Yeah, I was watching like Red Zone.
I'm talking like halfway through the second quarter. It's like, oh, Denver's really,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm talking. Yeah, right when they started scoring. Yeah, honestly,
it was like still. It was just there was nothing.
Like,
there was
no,
nothing,
you need to put up 48.
But you can't. You put up 48. They're putting up 49.
Agreed.
They're going to put up.
But
49.
we haven't seen them put up 30 this year.
But I also want to say, okay, they block a field goal. Now, a few things.
They did block that field goal, which
the whole referee,
which made me so sad. I was like, all right, we got one back on them. The NFL's back to normal. We can stop talking about undefeated shit.
The whole referee thing, though, it's like, oh, what are y'all gonna say now? It's like, okay, this does not take away from some of the questionable things that happened earlier this season.
Also, it's the fucking Broncos. If y'all were a real 8-0 team, should have been 52-6.
Yeah, but any Chiefs fan's gonna go, bro, it's a divisional game. It's a division rival. Like, it fucking mattered. But I did say, like, anybody that's gonna beat this team this season is gonna be the Bills or a team fully led by division rival hatred. Yeah. But I guess I saw something. So the way that you line up on the field on field goal blocks, you can't cover the center.
Yeah.
And you have to be man up.
Yeah.
Man to man.
Yeah.
Or head on head going down.
Yeah.
Apparently they were offset and had.
They were staggered.
And
had a dude over center.
They didn't. Really?
Well,
not over center, but they had somebody. You can't double stagger over anybody.
Sure.
You have to, which is what I read. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to say, you're not going to tell me I don't know ball. I'm not going to sit here and I'm also not going to pretend like I know every fucking rule in the rule book.
Yeah, agreed.
there's a middle ground here.
Yeah.
But from what I saw, they didn't call
Special
that.
teams.
But I'm also wondering how many times
That happens.
other teams get away with that. Like if this is something that all teams get
If
away
this is
with,
never, I mean, it's like I don't think we've ever. I don't think I've ever seen or remembered an illegal formation on a fucking field goal.
if it is, it's for lineup over the center, jumping over the center, or something like that. You know?
Well, I think I found out that the rule with the jumping over the lineman was you can't use them to push off.
No, you can't jump over the lineman's
No,
head.
you can jump over the line.
No, you can't jump over the lineman's
But you
head.
can't touch the player.
No, yeah, well, you can't. I'm telling you, a week or two ago, somebody fully leaped, no touching anybody. You can't. It's there was something about jumping over specifically that center's head. They call.
I don't think you can jump over the center. That's why you're not allowed to line up over the center.
Oh, the center. Well, yeah, no, the center, no. But if you.
But you can jump over other people, but you can't push off or touch them. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just get you a bunch of 6'8" guys out there and just block that field goal.
Jump.
Chiefs are 9-0 though. I mean, and whatever. Like I said, I'll take it.
They've scored 30 points once this season. They're not the Chiefs of yesteryear.
How about Atlanta versus New Orleans?
Atlanta? Yeah, I guess I was wrong.
You were wrong?
Did I pick the Saints?
No, you weren't wrong. Oh, you were wrong in that aspect, but you were fully right in the aspect of, in the sense that, like...
Oh, Atlanta sucks?
Well, I mean, it's like, all right. It's like one... I mean, what was about to come out of my mouth is what you've been saying all year. What I was about to say, like, had I said this sentence, you would have gotten mad at me and said, Mikey, I've been saying this all year. What I was about to say was, 1 week, they ball out. They look unstoppable. There's no question. Like Kirk Cousins balling. They got a double-headed monster in the backfield. Yep. They got a defense on them.
Yep. Diarrhea.
And then they lose to the Saints.
That's what I'm saying.
And we can't keep. I'm not playing this division rival bullshit. It doesn't matter when they're this bad.
No.
Like, and I don't have an excuse for the like if people want to. A lot of people. The Ravens lost to the Browns. It's like, yeah, our DBs sucked that game. I don't know what to say. It had nothing to do with them hating the Ravens. No, we dropped interceptions. We played like shit.
Yeah, that wasn't a Jameis revenge game. It was like, no, y'all handed Jameis the game.
But was this a Michael Thomas revenge game?
No. This was a. I mean, honestly, if I'm gonna be, I think the Saints got pretty lucky at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's a couple teams got lucky this week, but.
Well, didn't Kirk take a few sacks and then fumble or something?
Yeah, but
he took a few sacks late. I don't know. Bad management at the end of this game. The Saints, again, have a new head coach, so may have fired him up a little bit. I don't know. The fact that the Falcons are this close with this Saints team is concerning because this Falcons team is meant to be a mid-level to high-level playoff team in the NFC, which I don't know.
I don't think
they're playing like an NFC South leading team.
The NFC is weak.
The NFC
is weak. And what seems weak is like, the best record. There's probably four teams right now that I'd say are better than them in the NFL, not NFC.
Okay,
NFL period. Not the Lions, but but like look at the drop off.
There might be more than 4 that I think that are better than the Chiefs.
4 teams better than the Chiefs? Name them.
Maybe.
Name them.
Ravens, Bengals.
All right, next game.
Okay.
There's no way you spend every fucking episode hating on the Bengals, and then you're gonna sit here and name them your second team. The second team that came to your head were the Bengals.
No, that's just because related to the Ravens. But if we look at offenses, it's not even close. You got to.
I don't know what
Cincinnati
I
team
feel
has
like.
balled up a lot of times this week.
Did I not get a text from you like something about Joe Burrow without Jamar would be something or?
Jamar's on the team right now, so
But did you
I'm
not?
not.
But I feel like you said something like, "Oh, if it wasn't for Jamar, Joe would be nothing." Or you said something. I feel like you
No,
said
I'm
something along the
saying that
lines of
this
that.
team would stinky if Jamar wasn't out there. But if you look at this offense has done some good things this year. A few.
In the passing game.
Yes.
In the passing game. Sure.
No, yeah, of course they don't have a running game. But, either way, next game.
Miami, Jacksonville. And this is just another
No.
Minnesota, Jacksonville. My bad.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Minnesota is
and again, it's like Minnesota's 7-2, but they have not. Outside of those first 5 games, they have not separated themselves from the rest of the NFC or the NFL.
Well, yeah, see, this is just another problem. Like, this is another team that just showed up this week and looked kind of shitty. Like, it's just, we're talking about the Mac Jones Jaguars.
Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. It's just, maybe it was just a down week and we were just meant to have some boring ass games. But, we talked about this last episode and, they won this game. They're 1-2 the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Really, the fact that they were 5 points
2
away.
2 in the last 4, yeah.
They were 1-2 in the last 3. Sounds worse. And it could, and they honestly could have been. They're 7-2 in the last 9, but they could have been. They could have.
108 in the last 47.
They could have easily lost this game, and easily losing a game to Jacksonville is a very bad thing. It's not good at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of their problems last week. Sam looked different than he did all season. It may have been a confidence thing or whatever, but Sam's confidence, in my opinion, is fairly thin, just based off of his recent career or his prior career.
But don't you get to that point in your career as a quarterback that hits
sometimes
that low?
not.
You don't think you hit that low where it's whatever success after you're just appreciate I'm saying
not everybody's Joe Flacco.
Okay, but I'm saying I don't know how big-headed Sam got going 5-0.
I'm almost certain he got a little big-headed.
I don't know.
And then it was
here, Devin, for the haters. No. For the haters in the comments, can you give me some evidence? Can you give me some
let me give you some context. Then we get into the trade talks. We get into Rams are struggling. Get Matthew Stafford over here. Get Sam Darnold out of here. Let's replace this guy with a vet. Then they lose to the Rams. Then they play a real shit dicker against the Colts. Now they're in a shit dicker against the fucking Jags, and I don't know. Fairly easy schedule coming up, but damn, what the fuck?
What?
Why is the schedule so damn easy, bro?
Bro, I don't know. A lot of these teams have easy schedules. Not the Ravens though.
Titans, Bears, Cards, Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, Lions.
Well, all right.
There's a few hard games.
Okay,
sure.
They picked up at the end. Division games.
I want to see Sam do well, but I don't know. There might be some issues on that team.
New England versus Chicago.
The fuck.
So what made you pick Chicago?
I don't remember.
I don't.
But no, it's probably the fact that I don't know. I thought it'd be the end of the season for the Pats, and figured Caleb would I don't know, try to salvage something. Instead, they fired their OC, which smart, but maybe take a look at the dude who you paid a $38 million signing bonus.
Look, I don't want to jump to any crazy conclusion. I don't want to give any overreactions. At the same time, I've been watching a lot of people these last 10 weeks of football go way overboard whether it was good or bad when it comes to Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I've heard people already, gas him like he's this, most legit, complete quarterback you could have for the future. I've also seen people already call him a bust. I think the two are both stretches.
Yeah.
And I've been treading that line of right now I'm comparing him to Jaden.
Sure.
But as the weeks go on, it's like, all right, Bo Nix is getting talked about. All right, now Drake May is getting, what's going on with Drake May? It's
Yep.
now you start to wonder. It's like, where is he really gonna end up ranking amongst all these rookie QBs in his class? Because right now there are about 2 to 3 that seem like, even if they don't want to admit it, and that's what's funny is you could get like Stephen A. Smith, say Stephen A. Smith loves Caleb Williams. I don't know how he feels about him at all.
Sure.
But say he loved him. You could take Caleb Williams out of it completely and ask him how he feels about maybe Bo Nix and Drake May and Jaden Daniels right now so far. And he could possibly praise them even more than he would Caleb Williams without even knowing it. But because people have this bias, or they want to have their takes be right, if they say Caleb's going to be great and he'll be the best quarterback in his class, they can't flip on him this early.
I know.
I don't necessarily care. Like I definitely wasn't on the hype train, but I also
we definitely don't want to call him a complete bust yet, but
no. But if we're gonna rank him amongst his peers
currently, yeah.
If we're gonna rank him amongst his peers, Devan,
3 or 4. He's right ahead of Penix, who hasn't played a snap yet.
I was gonna ask you, like, we're looking at Jaden clear number 1, and then Bo. We'll see what happens with Drake.
I mean, but the fucking problem is that they didn't give Drake shit. They didn't give him a dime.
Devan, they didn't give him the job.
They didn't give Bo Nix shit.
Devan, they
gave him Cortland Sutton, and that was it.
Devan, they didn't give Drake May the position. They didn't. They
had him start behind the dude.
Devan, we don't even know.
They had him start behind a 38-year-old man.
We don't know how good Penix or JJ McCarthy will be.
Agreed. JJ's fucking what? Got a torn meniscus or something?
That's what I'm saying. Like
and who knows what JJ could have done on this fucking team if Sam Darnold's doing it. Sam Darnold's 7-2.
But like you said, what the fuck is Bo Nix working with in Denver? What the fuck is New England working with in what is Drake working with in New England?
We didn't change our team.
I didn't change the team at all. And now all of a sudden it's
he's throwing balls to fucking Noah Brown and Zach Ertz, who didn't do dick last year.
Oh, but no, now they're talking about like all your weapons, like all you needed was a quarterback, and it's like no.
It's like no. Y'all were shit. Y'all were looking at us as one of the worst teams in the NFL last year.
All Terry needed was a quarterback.
Exactly.
All Terry needed was a quarterback. Exactly. Besides that, no, Jaden is the answer. He is the one making them.
And then instead, you get. I'm going to be honest. For a while, I was talking about how, they hype up Caleb, so he shouldn't be. He doesn't deserve to be hyped up. But then I forget that they fucking built a playoff-ready team around the motherfucker for whatever the fuck they saw in college. I don't know what they saw in college that. I said this back then. I don't know what they saw that made him look pro-ready outside of playing for USC.
I guess potential. Ooh, we're going down. I guess the potential. But also just throwing against that Pac-12 defense every week, it's like
it's butter beans.
Not
that easy.
Hard. Yeah.
It's not fucking hard at all.
We've seen
every game ends fucking 40-45. There's a reason they're not a fucking thing. But no, Caleb, best of luck.
So, speaking of other quarterbacks in this draft class, and maybe the best one of the draft class, I'm sorry, Devan.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Commanders or Steelers?
That was a shame.
So
we had opportunities and we let them slip. It's okay.
So I went out of my way to try not to really talk to you about the game until right now. So I need to just ask you, and I'm only giving you this label so that people know at home. As a Washington Commanders fan, how do you feel about this game against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, just disappointed, but at the same time, I don't know. If you had told me that we would have had a very good chance of beating this team before the season started, I would have been very shocked. But no, yeah, late in the game, letting up a touchdown. We did get that stop at the goal line, just not capitalizing. Again, like I said, not scoring. We scored a little bit, but not scoring every time we had the ability to. The end of the game, just not being able to get that last fucking first down.
You got
being
it.
able to just get a little bit
You
more.
got the first down.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Devin, you got the first down. You got the first. That's one of those games where it's like it stings, but it's like, okay, so if we don't have the most controversial call of the season, we probably go on to beat them.
Yeah.
You can't beat.
It's like, yeah, I'm not. It's just, yeah. It's not like we were fucking bad. The Steelers are still not that good offensively. Their defense is good, obviously, but we were able to break through and score some touchdowns, and yeah, it's just
and y'all don't
late games or whatever.
And y'all, your guys' defense is shaky, but your offense kept up, and like I said, I mean, it's really a shame that it's almost numbing. Like it feels numb at this point. That when a referee or just officials just make the most outlandish decisions or calls.
I mean, it was very close, but
okay. See,
still,
here's the problem though.
That ball was there.
You tell me what made it close? The catch and the angles, or where the ref spotted the ball initially?
Oh, I don't remember where the ref spotted the ball initially.
So if you want to go back and watch it real quick.
Did he spot a first down first?
No. He spotted about a yard back from where he landed.
Really?
And then because they ruled, you got to remember, Devin, if there ain't enough evidence, they got to stay with what they ruled.
Exactly.
He runs down and kind of hits that dash behind where Ertz initially was down. Because you got to think, he was down at the first down line and started to fall back. By the time he's getting touched, he's down right there. Yeah. So whatever twists and turns Minka hits and pulls him backwards, it doesn't matter.
Sure. No.
But that's where the ref comes down. He comes down about a yard down and spots it there. They come and have a conversation. Steelers ball. Then they go and review it.
Yeah.
They go and review it.
And there's not enough evidence to overturn.
It's not enough evidence. It was so close that if they said first down and then said the previous play is under review,
they would have said there's not enough.
They would have had to stick with first down.
Cool. Yeah.
But to me, the cameras made it even more obvious. Like, okay, yeah, you got every single possible angle, and you can see where he goes down is where the first down marker is. There's no question about it. Yeah. I mean, we talk about the fingertip of a football crossing the goal line to win football games. That was a first down. Yeah. That referee screwed y'all on that spotting. Yeah. It was a terrible spot. Which it's just, I don't know. You got to get 60-year-old dudes off the field spotting these fucking footballs.
Apparently, those are the best dudes out there.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Honestly.
But no, when they go to replay a spot of the football, it should not matter what the call on the field is.
But it's just, when you go,
you're watching a replay of where someone is being downed.
I mean,
put it there.
But if that's the case, why? I mean, why? I don't know. Why review if they're gonna shove it in your face and you're just gonna go, no.
Yeah, no, actually, no.
We got to stand on what we called. There's not enough evidence. Like it's almost like they don't want to go back on what they said. It's like, no. We saw
Yes.
it. We called it.
Nope. Yep. We saw it. That's what we called.
which-
That's correct.
It's like, okay,
Can't go back.
if y'all are gonna go so textbook as to if we see you flop, I guess we got to throw the flag for the player that that hit you.
Exactly.
Spot the damn ball where the camera is showing the ball. Is that? I mean, it's 2024. There's a reason why all these cameras are out there. But
Yeah.
7 and
But then
3.
the jump. And it's like they're not running that play. You're telling me it's 4th and 1 at the 50? You're telling me that Mike Tomlin's going to go for it right there? Because if they don't get it, we have the ball at the 50 with a minute left, no timeouts, granted, but we have the ball at the 50 with no time with a minute.
And it's solely.
You're telling me we're not going to get a fucking field goal.
And it's solely on who jumped, because there ain't no way Dan Quinn thought.
Fuck no, and he jumped so quick.
Dude,
it wasn't like this was 7 seconds into his count. This was 3 seconds.
And it sucks because I saw this. I had just saw this tweet maybe a week ago where somebody was like, when like a team lines up and the defense knows they're not gonna run it and they try to get them to jump off sides. Has that ever like actually worked? And I remember being like, here and there.
No, it works.
And then it worked. Like it happened. Which is another thing where it's like, all right, you had one of the most controversial calls of the year. Give them the ball back. And then you had one of the dumbest mistakes of the year.
It's like, we played that perfectly. We played that final drive perfectly. We get them to 4th and 1. We waste both of our timeouts, and we're there. We're able to fucking make them punt. And Mike Tomlin is very smart. He knows all he needs is some jack fuck to jump. They need to be on the same page. And it's like, I would rather lose on a 4th and 1, and they go for it.
Yeah,
than a penalty.
Then jump. Like, and it's so corny watching them celebrate an offsides penalty.
Agreed.
Like you're really proud of that. It's like y'all really proud. It's like
Russell Wilson's shit dick hard count. Yeah, we're gonna jump for that fucking shit.
I guess.
And everyone around him was like, "Dude, what the fuck did you just do?" And it was a bad jump too.
But I mean, 7 and 3. Look, you can't. You
No, of course not.
You can't.
And that's my problem with this fucking team. It's like, I was expecting nothing from this fuckers. I was expecting 6 wins all year.
But now you have to expect everything.
What was our over-under? It was 5, no? 5.5?
Probably.
4.5.
I would love to go back and see, but I'm sure it was super low.
It was very low.
I'm sure it was like down there.
Yeah, we might be over. Who knows?
San Fran versus Tampa Bay. Look,
yeah, shame.
Plain and simple, you switch these quarterbacks, it's a 30-point blowout.
Agreed.
I don't care. I'm over. I had to sit here for years telling people that Baker was good. Now it's to the point where it's like, nah, I'm talking my shit for Baker. Bro's him. I wish he didn't have his top 2 weapons like crippled on the sideline, but
this game would have been a fucking walkthrough.
It is what it is, and McCaffrey's return was slight, but at least he didn't come out and fuck his shit up. I am.
He's
glad
back.
About that. Happy for that. Happy for
the biggest thing from this game was, obviously late. Just not being able to execute for the Bucs late in the game.
But that one, the one fucking 4th down where Bosa dragging him down.
Apparently there was some.
Stop it.
I don't even know what it is.
Don't even make that stupid joke.
At first I'm watching this play and I'm like, oh, it's fucking crazy. He stiff arms the fuck out of bro, and then like 3 days later, or however long it's been, I see I don't know. It's 3 days now. They're like, yeah, fucking, he couldn't take him down because of stuff. All right,
dude.
Cool.
Look, I
can't sack white quarterbacks or something.
I'll put it to you straight like this, and we aren't political at all. But all right, stupid hat shit. It's like, all right, do your fucking shit for attention. Whatever. Yeah. Brady had a MAGA hat in his locker, and nobody wanted to press him about it. If he's going out of his way,
well, we've also known who the Bosa family is.
But if and hopefully, like what I'm saying will turn out to just be satirical.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you're telling me that he's going out of his way to figure out who quarterbacks voted for to decide how hard he's going to play against that quarterback, he needs to be banned from the NFL.
Yeah.
That is
I
ridiculous.
mean, that's basically like
no, that's insane.
bounty.
Like he needs to be
It's
put
nuts.
in a psych ward. That is
Sure.
insane.
Yeah.
That is worse
No,
than no matter
Bake's got a good stiff.
whatever crazy right wing redneck or whatever crazy leftist, like worse than either of them. That is
stupid.
That should be criminal. Like that is ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm gonna hope that it's just a meme and it's funny. Oh, he didn't tackle him. You know why?
It might be.
Which is like okay.
Now, I definitely think that Bosa would go out and hang out with Baker for those reasons.
Why wouldn't he go out and hang out with Lamar?
Doubt it.
Why not?
Just like, autographs and things.
Why not?
Yeah, like,
in my opinion, bro couldn't hang with Lamar. Like he just wouldn't be able to hang.
I don't know if I could hang with Lamar.
I don't think he'd be able to. No, you'd be able to hang. You'd be able to hang. I don't think bro would be able to hang though.
I could hang booze wise.
But San Fran does get the dub. What did you just say?
I said to all the people who think I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you were just making fun of yourself.
I was, yeah.
Chargers and Titans. I mean, it happened.
Teen Titans. What was I going to say about this game? I can't remember.
Stick with Will Levis.
Oh, Debo. Fucking. I meant the previous game. Debo shoves the long snapper or whatever.
What the fuck are we doing?
Wow.
So,
if you are an offensive player, you're allowed to do whatever you please.
Also, like, I know it's funny, like, to give the kicker, punter, long snapper, like, the persona of, like, a bitch.
Sure.
Or, like, a nerd.
Generally.
But, like, at some point, like, you might have to realize, like, it is okay to crash out.
Yeah.
Like you're on an NFL sideline, like you're not gonna get jumped. But this man came over and just little boy the shit out of you.
He did.
Honestly, I don't know.
And it wasn't even. It was a long snapper who got fucking face pushed.
And I don't know what he's making as a long snapper, but I'm sure he can make some bread off of whatever endorsements he would get if he just would have snuck Deebo Samuel after Deebo got pulled off. I mean, it's like, come on. Like, we can't, I don't know. I get it. Like, he's the bigger man and
your teammates fighting and all that shit. But
still, it's like, bro, I'm not going to come over to you after you drop a ball or if you get the ball on a fucking bubble screen and you get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's like,
we know who's getting cut if anything did truly happen. Like, if he wailed on Deebo and snapped his jaw. Bro's getting cut immediately.
Bro's getting cut, but I also don't think the Niners are a team who, like, I don't know. Like, especially, like, I think they're definitely mad at themselves for the whole Ayuk thing. Like, they let Ayuk walk all over them and then just paid him.
He's gone.
And then he, gets hurt. Like, I think they might be a little bit on edge when it comes to how they're going to handle their players and how they act. Like, I feel like if Deebo continued to escalate things or these next couple weeks or whatever, I mean, even in games where they ended up winning, he's physically assaulting his teammates on the sideline. I mean, it's not normal. Like, I know I sound like a Karen, like he's physically assaulting. But
you sound like a punter, bro.
Like, players don't do that. Like,
you're not supposed to, no.
They don't.
It's bad for the team. I mean, he's in his apology. He said that he was going to talk to Jake Moody, the kicker. I guess he didn't want to talk to the long snapper. I don't know.
You better go buy a long snapper a steak dinner or something. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
But also, it's like there's special teams, there's kickers and punters and shit, and then there's the rest of the players. Y'all y'all really ain't on the same team. This is a different world.
Bro, if they're important enough to get the shit beat out of them on the sideline,
I guess they are.
Must be important. I mean, they got to be a
guess,
little bit important. Jets, Cardinals.
Yeah. I
said this was it. I said this was the last time I'm putting any faith in the Jets. I'm giving them any.
It wasn't even faith.
It's not faith. It's
like,
it's a Hail Mary.
It's like I really hope that this isn't it.
It's it. This is it. They're 3-7. There can't be.
I played A-Rod and Devontae. I got 18 points combined. What the hell are we doing? You're telling me this fucking offense, you get Devontae Adams, you score fucking 6 points.
Devin, this team blows.
And Kyler's almost fucking immaculate out here.
This team blows. And that's the problem. The Cardinals are 6-4 on a 4-game winning streak. And I thought like maybe, I thought maybe the Jets would come in here with some, I don't know, talent, maybe some comp, maybe make this a fucking game. And I was really excited to see how to gauge the Cardinals, like how I could gauge them, how good they really are. And I'm pissed because I can't gauge. Like I still don't know how good the Cardinals are because they beat the shit out of a shitty team.
Like, we thought when the Jets' offense was struggling, we're like, oh, well, this defense. When the defense struggles and the Jets have a decent offensive game and fucking someone scores a touchdown or whatever, and Garrett Wilson scores a cool touchdown. We're like, oh, maybe the offense isn't the problem. And then it's the entire team. The entire team sucks. The defense is horrendous. I'm really ashamed that they even tried to compare themselves to any good defense, let alone the 2000 Ravens. But yeah, no. I mean, the whole team looks fucking flat. They're sitting at what, 3-7, borderline win out time.
And I mean, do we even have the conversation?
And it's like why like we don't have this conversation about the Patriots. Like, oh, maybe they'll win out. Why are we having this conversation about the Jets right now?
Because they have the talent to win out.
I guess. Well, I don't know that now.
But we haven't.
They just got shit pissed on.
They've done nothing this season. So, I mean, in all reality, it's if the Patriots are 3-7, we know why they're 3-7.
Yes.
It's because we knew they were going to be 3-7.
Yes. Or worse.
Like, can you really tell me why? Like, okay, you can say like the defense isn't playing well. They're having their problems on the offense. But when you look at it and you go, okay, so this is a pretty similar defense from last season. That was considered a good defense. You got Aaron fucking Rodgers as your quarterback. You got weapons from receivers to running backs. Why are they 3-7? That's like you add up all these positives and get a negative. So it's just I don't know what's wrong with the Jets.
Well, I think they royally fucked up this season before it even started. Like, the fact that they would even, like, if you're gonna fire your head coach week 5, there's no way that you weren't thinking about it preseason. But they just made so many impromptu decisions. And, in my opinion, just bad decisions 2 years ago. When they brought on A-Rod, they didn't upgrade this coaching staff. They kept solid, and who should have, in my opinion, I know you're not supposed to demote guys, but, again, I think can be a fine DC. And then you have a horrible offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, but you can demote a head coach within the office without doing it publicly. Like, in terms of, like, you can have him not call a single play, make a single adjustment, just be the face, be the head coach. And every other coach and assistant coach around him is.
But he could just call defensive plays.
He could.
I'm pretty sure that's what
he definitely could have.
Isn't that what Belichick did?
Yeah, Belichick was definitely a defensive
McDaniels
line.
calling Josh McDaniels calling offensive play. I can't remember how it
No,
worked,
Bill was yes, full.
but
He
no,
was
I mean,
defensive guru.
I don't know if A-Rod had ever played with Hackett before or whatever, but I don't know why he thought he would be a good option for this team. I think there were a lot of better options that they could have gone after. Yeah, I mean it's a shame, but
And I don't know if I asked this. I don't know if I asked this recently, but I'll ask again. Like, and we'll probably have this conversation multiple times. Like again after this. But I mean, does Aaron go? Does he walk?
I don't know.
Another team out the league?
I don't know.
I know me personally. Even though it's this bad, I say it's like there's a point where it's like if you're still gonna play football, it's like you committed to this, like this idea, the Jets, and making it work. It's like you can't just up and leave now. It's like I don't know. It's
I know, but I think it depends on how bad this is, how bad this gets.
Well, I think it's more
like they need to show some hope. A-Rod needs to show some hope for the Jets to even want him back. Like they need to show something coming into the next season that they can. He doesn't need to, but they need to show something to prove that, or to Aaron, that this team can do something. Because Aaron's not going to come back to a team that went fucking 5-12.
I mean, I don't know, but like I said though,
How many improvements would they need to make? A lot.
When he knows he's a big part of it. See, but here's the thing though, it's not 2013 where he gets hurt and the fucking Packers suck. He's a big part. Like it's like no, Aaron, like you're here, like help us, please. Like we need like not just you, but we need all of y'all to just play better, please.
Yeah.
It's like it's a different situation where it's like no, you got it, you almost owe us, bro. Like come back. Like Devontae didn't just get a condo in New York or New Jersey or to pay this fucking expensive ass lease for half a year. You better.
I'm so pissed Devontae went to.
Are you?
Fantasy purposes?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pissed.
Yeah. Well,
I want you playing on a shit dick team and every ball goes to you. Now he's playing on a shit dick team where he's catching a few passes for fucking 30 yards.
Yeah, but he's been dropping some balls too.
I know his whole fucking team's got buttery fingers.
He's been dropping some balls. Eagles, Cowboys.
But and then you got Garrett Wilson, who looks like Michael Jordan one game and fucking Khalil Shakir the next.
Jeffrey Jordan the next game.
Jeffrey Jordan.
Eagles, Cowboys.
What's his son's name? Yeah.
Was that not his son's name, Jeffrey?
Malcolm?
What's his son's name? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Wasn't he with Scottie Pippen's ex? Marcus.
I think he has multiple. Didn't he had a son that hooped though.
I thought his dad's name was Jeffrey.
It doesn't matter. Eagles, Cowboys.
Because it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah. Eagles, Cowboys. Stop talking about Jordan's kids. I could care less. But
agreed.
The Eagles blow the Cowboys out, which obviously wasn't an expectation. You had Cooper Rush with a whopping 45 passing yards. The biggest conversation that came out of this game was really the sun.
Apparently, yeah.
Which I mean, I know everybody's like, "Oh, just put curtains up." But like, I don't, and I don't want to seem like I'm a fucking contractor or a carpenter, and I could just answer all these questions myself. But don't you think it'd take more than like a week to just throw like a big ass, like think about how big a stadium is. Now think about how big Jerry World is. Now think about how big of a shade you're gonna need for a said window.
They could do that shit in a week.
All right, but here's the thing though. Jerry Jones built Jerry World.
He ain't changing it.
No, it's not that he's not changing it. Jerry will spend $3 million to maybe add a retractable, whatever.
Shade.
I don't think Jerry is gonna just throw a fucking shade up the pocket. Just throw a blanket up there. We'll.
You put some fucking black tarp up
this
there.
Isn't me.
Get this over with.
This isn't me in the middle of a move, and I just have a sheet behind me as a background. This is Jerry fucking Jones, who will stand on every decision he makes, and will do shit Purely at
Except
spite.
for when he was trying to get people out of his high school. He apologized for that, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
So Detroit versus Houston.
What?
I don't know.
He was there.
Look, God damn it, Devin. He said he didn't. He said he was curious. I guess. I don't know. I don't care about Jerry. Yeah. If you're gonna ask me if I think he's, yeah. I mean, he might. Yeah.
He very much so is.
He very might be a little bit. I mean, yeah.
A lot.
I'm not.
But no, Jerry. Sell the team. Do something. Give it to your fucking daughter or kid or whatever. One of your hookers.
Put some shades up.
Gut the team. Dak's out for the season.
No, don't gut the team.
Gut the
Tank,
team.
though.
Sell the team. Move to St. Louis. Sell it all. Who cares? Fuck your billions. Yeah, no.
No. We got to talk realistic. We got to talk realistic here. The team ain't going nowhere, but we could throw like a shade.
Sell it to me for $6 in a Snickers bar.
All right. Detroit versus Houston.
Yeah.
So I got a problem with this game. It's like nothing but positive comments.
For?
Just the game. Like commentary on the game has been nothing but positive, especially for the Detroit Lions, who had the heart and the will to stay in this game and come back and win. Bro.
Brother.
I get it. Like they won. They had to overcome some shit. They showed us what they were capable of coming back from, but they also showed us what they were capable of getting themselves in.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this was a fully healthy Houston team, Houston offense, I don't know.
I hope they would have.
Five of them, 5 interceptions. You throw 5. You are giving CJ Stroud 5 extra possessions.
Yeah.
You would have told me that before this game. It's
48 to 12.
But if you had a fully healthy receiver squad and just, I mean, even CJ still being banged up. It's just, it's sad all across the board. It's Houston couldn't take advantage of all these turnovers they're getting. Shit, they're helping out by trying to compete with who can get the most turnovers. You got Jared Goff who throws. He single-handedly threw himself out of the MVP race.
For now, yeah.
No, there's no for now. There's no quarterback this year that's going to be in this. There's no quarterback this year, no player this year that's going to have 5 turnovers in a game and be in any award conversation.
Agreed.
I'll put that right now. There's absolutely, it's not going to happen. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. You don't go in there and have 5 turnovers.
I mean,
think about it like this.
He'll be around the conversation.
You can't. Well, I'm about to drop another. I'm about to drop another big bomb on it. All right. So you're so good, right? You're the most valuable player on your team. Then how the fuck did y'all win after you threw 5 picks?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of valuable players on that team, Devin. And this ain't no hate to Jared Goff, but we're just talking about most valuable player. There's more than just stats. There's narratives. And this narrative of you're on a 9-1 team, you threw 5 picks and your team was still able to manage to pull out the dub.
Yeah.
You might not even be the MVP of your team.
Yeah.
It might be Dan Campbell.
It is.
But I don't know.
I mean, CJ threw a red zone pick, no?
Yeah. He had his couple picks. I mean, it was just, this game was just, it was a bad game. This game was a joke. Yeah. It was talked about. Now it was entertaining. Like I did get a good laugh. And I'm not even like trying to be funny. Like I'm saying, like there were so many turnovers just back and forth. It's like you had to
that's how I felt about that Miami game until they stopped for a second.
See, but they didn't stop, bro. Like, they didn't stop in this game. No. Like Jared Goff just kept throwing more and more interceptions. But you know, that's the week. That's week 10 games.
Yeah, but you're right with the MVP thing. Like Lamar might not even throw 5 picks all year.
No. But I mean, there's other quarterbacks that might not. I mean, it's Jared
Josh
Goff.
might not.
Jared Goff. He really hurt his case. I mean, at this point, there's I don't know. There's no. He's out. He's out. He's out. All right. MVP votes.
Yeah.
Look,
The man himself.
So like I might be biased.
He also might be gay. What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Fuck. You're not sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I might be biased.
Never say never, bro.
I might be biased. Oh, you were making a joke because I said biased. You're funny.
Not really. I was just calling you gay.
Oh, okay. So you're just doubling down on it.
I don't know what bias means.
You 100% know what bias means because I'm gonna pick Lamar Jackson to be number one. But it's not because he's my quarterback. It's not because the Ravens are my team.
It's because you have a crush on him.
No. But like he's bro. Like shout out, bro. Shout out to MVP. What's up with you making this segment all gay?
I don't know.
Can we just
I wanted to make you uncomfortable.
Can we
clearly,
just make this like
you have issues with talking about stuff?
No, like I don't. I just know. I know what comes with it. I know you do. Look. We make Bills fans. We make Bills fans mad enough. Let's not give them another reason to be mad, and
Dude, how do you think the Bills fans stay warm all year?
That's what I'm saying, though. We can't anger them. We can't anger them too much. They're gonna send their boyfriends to beat us up. Look.
That's true.
Okay, so Lamar Jackson is number one. He is my MVP. 25 of 33, 290 yards passing. He had over 300 total yards, and 4 touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns. Now this is where
it gets. Have a rusher? He almost had a rusher.
He did not. He should have at the end of not the end, but the end of that rush, that amazing scramble. He had 1 more yard to go.
All he had to do was just stay left. He would have been fine. But he cut back in at the last second trying to take a hit.
He could have.
All he had to do was
If he would have just sent it full send, I mean, he could have made it over. But
of course. But I'm glad Derek got the tutty, just fantasy purposes, because I'm a prick.
This is where it gets interesting. Because honestly, to me, you got 2 losers from the same team that can be considered.
2 losers?
2 losers from the same team that can be considered.
Are you calling them like losers or they lost?
They lost. Winning to me is you got to win. But when you got stats like this, when you ball out like this, now here's the thing. There's one person that's a contender that's not going to get a vote, and it's Joe Burrow. He had 428 yards and 4 touchdowns, 34 of 56. But there is somebody that he was throwing to that had 11 receptions, 264 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That is somebody that I may have to consider to throw on this list because I know he lost. I know the Bengals lost, but I mean, if there was any reason that the Bengals were going to be in that game, stay in that game, see any hope of winning that game.
He was the only reason that they were even close.
He's the only reason. And then the rest, I got 3 quarterbacks left. I got Brock Purdy, 25 of 36, 353 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyler, 22 of 24, 266 yards passing.
That's more like what I'm talking about.
1 passing touchdown.
We talking about the Chargers?
We did not. We did. We basically said it happened and then moved on. 2 rushing touchdowns from Kyler as well. And then we had Jalen Hurts, who was 14 of 20, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, 56 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. So 4 total touchdowns.
To me, I like Chase 3 just to highlight how good of a game he had.
Yeah,
we don't see games like that ever. And then, really, for me, it comes down to figuring out what's more impressive.
Well,
4 total touchdowns against the Cowboys or 2 incompletions against the Jets.
Well, when you tied your incompletions with rushing touchdowns, I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
22 of 24, 266 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Probably gonna have to give Kyler Murray that second vote.
Yeah.
That second
Give
spot.
me Murray, bro. Same.
All right, so we agree on votes this week.
Marvin Harrison, Tutty.
Marvin Harrison,
Fair
Tutty.
enough.
Jamar Chase, number 3. Kyler, number 2. Lamar Jackson, number 1 for our top 3 MVPs for Week 10. Before we predict this Thursday night football game, Devan, you know what we got to do.
Do they ever do 2?
What's up? Do they ever do 2 Thursday night games?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Thanksgiving, Thursday.
True. Thursday.
I said Thursday day.
Thursday.
Stop, man. What's up with you?
What? Tuesday, Thursday.
No. NBA news. I want to talk some NBA stuff with you, Devan, because you know what's here?
The Emirates NBA Cup
Devan.
in-season tournament.
Devan.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Devan.
These courts are already pissing me off. My eyes hurt. I can't see fucking straight.
Devan.
I'm looking at blue people and shit. I don't know.
Devan, the NBA Cup.
I'm telling you, we don't need the NBA Cup. We need series.
The NBA Cup. I thought it'd be fun if I saw this article. It's the 2024 NBA Cup format. Rules for in-season tournament explained. Groups, dates, schedules, and odds. Just to refresh our memories. First year, it was a little rough. Obviously, we saw the Lakers come out champions, and then
also slippery-ass courts, apparently.
And then it not translate whatsoever to the postseason or the rest of that season. But here we go, Devan. Year 2 of the NBA Cup tips off on Tuesday, November 12th. How do you feel? You kind of already sprinkled in how you felt about the Cup, but how do you feel about the NBA Cup?
Yeah, to me, it's, you'll never see anything like this out of the NFL. It's kind of just the NBA showing that they think that they have an inferior product in terms of regular season sports.
But is that a bad, not to cut you off, but it's not a bad thing to admit that when they're making it obvious, we want to make the regular season more entertaining?
In a way, but they're getting gimmicky. It's like they're trying to create things that really no one cares about. They do the same thing with the WNBA. I'm sorry, we're not that interested in it, and I'm not that interested in the NBA Cup. I want to see rivalries back in the NBA. I want to see impactful,
but I don't
regular
think,
season games.
I don't think that's the goal, though. I don't think the goal is for the NBA Cup to draw you. I think it's to because they get some bread and shit for winning this.
$500K.
So I think if the players play with more intensity in a regular season tournament game opposed to a regular season game, it will make the game more entertaining for us to watch. So just the sound of an NBA Cup, it's like, all right, that's whatever, who cares? But if they're genuinely going out there and playing harder than they really would in November, on a regular November game at 7 p.m. on NBA TV, it's like now you're in a tournament.
My problem is there ever an NFL game, an NFL week, where you go, guys aren't playing that hard right now?
Week 17.
Guys are taking it a little bit easy this week.
Week 17.
Mid-season, where you're saying week 18. It's not week 18. It's not week 17. No one's in the playoffs
but
yet.
Every game
guys aren't playing that hard. Guys are loading. Every
game counts, though. You're using. You got to understand, though. The NBA.
But make every game count in the NBA.
But
no one cares about the in-season bullshit. Winning a cup. Make every game count, not just fucking 6 and 3 a week.
You forget what I'm saying. We're not supposed to care about the NBA Cup. We're supposed to just be given better product. We're supposed to just be watching more intense basketball being played.
I know, but make that all the time.
It's up to the players to care. It's up to these players to make.
I know it's a player-run league.
But let's be real.
And they're ruined.
It is up to the players to make us wanna watch them more throughout an 82 game schedule.
Yeah.
But let's hear. All right, the NBA Cup. The 30 NBA teams have been divided into 6 groups of 5. Those 6 groups feature 3 groups of Western Conference teams and 3 groups of Eastern Conference teams. Each team will play each team in its group once. And once group play concludes, the 6 group winners, along with 1 wildcard team per conference, will advance to the knockout stage. You following me? All games from this point forward are single elimination. The quarterfinals will be played in home venues. The semifinals and finals will be held in Las Vegas. Sounds simple enough, right? Question mark. They had to make sure we got it.
Wait, so you didn't ask me, say, are you following me?
No, the following me was there, but then I saw the sound simple
That's
enough, and I was like,
nuts.
all right, now they're starting to ad lib. They're starting to ad lib too, and we can't both ad lib.
No.
How do they decide who wins? In a perfect world, it would get settled completely organically with 6 undefeated group champions and a single 3-1 team in each conference. Realistically, though, there will be ties to be broken, and the league has set up tiebreakers to be used exclusively for this tournament. If 2 teams are tied in the same group, head-to-head records split their tie. Point differential in group play is the second tiebreaker. Total points scored in group play is third. Record from the 2023-2024 season is fourth. So from last year.
So it's probably just going to be point differential, and no one's going to have the same points.
If all those tiebreakers fail, a random drawing will be used. While this is not
That's hella tiebreakers for last year's record to be used.
While this is not a tiebreaker, it should be noted that the 2 conferences will be kept separate until the finals. Teams will play teams in their own conference in the quarterfinals and semifinals. Who's in each group? All right, here we go. So we got West A, Minnesota, the Clippers, the Kings, the Rockets, the Blazers. We got West, and we're gonna give our plan predictions. We got West B, OKC.
We're predicting?
Sure, why not? Phoenix Suns, the Lakers, Utah, and the Spurs. We got West C, Denver, Dallas, New Orleans, Golden State, Memphis. East A, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Philadelphia 76ers, Brooklyn Nets, Charlotte Hornets. East B, the Bucks, Pacers, Heat, Raptors, Pistons. East C, Celtics, Cavs, Bulls, Hawks, Wizards. Now, I know I just read all of the information, but one more time. So the winner of each one, so West A through C, E through C, or East A through C, and then one from each of those, one wild card from each of those, or just one wild card from the
one
West?
wild card from each conference.
Okay, all right. Because I just want to make sure, I got my shit right. So, all right. Starting with West A, you got Timberwolves, Clippers, Kings, Rockets, Blazers. Who's winning it?
T-Wolves. I mean, it's like with this tournament, it's like who shows up on a Tuesday?
Anthony Edwards.
Probably.
I mean, are you disagreeing?
No, I'm just saying, we don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, it's not Kawhi.
Tuesday. No,
it's not Kawhi.
It will never be
Kawhi.
The
Kings. The Kings.
The Kings are good.
The Kings, especially in the regular season, they're regular season Kings. But besides that, I mean, you could have a hungry Rockets team that are trying to prove something.
I mean, I don't know. I looked at the records the other day. I don't know if the T-Wolves have a great record right now.
They don't, but I mean, this would be the same as
5-3.
This would be the same as gassing up the 12-0 Cavs.
Yeah.
So let's not be naive.
They're like, when are they gonna lose?
In the playoffs. About the first or second round.
The first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. So I will agree and say the Timberwolves probably win the West.
Can I do who I want to see win?
Okay. I'll give who I think's gonna win, and then you can say who you want to see win.
I don't know who I think is gonna win, but I can say who.
So if I asked you right now, who you thought was gonna win between Minnesota and Houston, you don't have a clue.
I have a clue.
I feel like you have a couple clues.
It's like the Pacers were in it last year. The Pacers were in the final last year.
Yeah, I guess you're.
The Lakers won the thing. So yeah, anything is possible.
Well, when you put it like that, see, okay, when you put it like that, it's all right. Then the Trailblazers might win this whole damn thing.
I don't know. The Pistons
you're
might.
right.
Who knows? But no, I want to see the T-Wolves come out of that. Think they can.
West B, you got OKC, Phoenix, the Lakers, Utah Jazz, the Spurs. So first things first, it looks like KD won't be, at least in the beginning. He's missing the next 2 weeks with a calf strain. So
Which scary.
super scary. Definitely don't want them skinny ass calves causing another Achilles tear or nothing.
Nope.
Because we all know what happened. I don't want to say the last time, but that time he had a calf strain.
That time he had a calf strain.
That led to something a lot more catastrophic. And if I'm not gonna lie, if he tears his Achilles in the NBA Cup, might have to hang it up.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm not gonna lie. Then we can hang up the NBA
I'm gonna be
Cup.
real fucking pissed.
We can get rid of it.
I'm gonna be absolutely so pissed.
So just for that, I think I might have to write the Suns off for winning it.
Yeah. Probably OKC.
OKC, Chet though. Chet's out the next 8 to 10 weeks with hip injury.
They can do all right.
So give me the reigning champions of the NBA Cup, the Los Angeles Lakers, and Bronny's gonna get a fucking in-season championship ring.
Bronny ain't on that team, brother.
Nah, go ahead and give them G Leaguers a cool in-season. It's the only
This
ring.
would be.
It's the only ring they're gonna get.
I mean, it's the only anything that those G Leaguers are gonna get. I want to see Bronny succeed. I do.
No, you don't. You've been talking so much shit about Bronny.
I want to see him succeed. I don't see it though.
You've been talking. You're like Jaylen Brown with the hose on the sideline. Oh, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Does anybody?
Give me the Lakers.
I guess Bron does, and that's a pretty good person to see. But I don't know.
Give me the Lakers from that. Give me the Lakers. Give me
Sure.
the Lakers. I mean, unless Wemby just storms through everybody in this
so.
West B, I can't really see it happening.
Now, can I propose something?
What?
What if we went and gave the NBA players what they wish for week in, week out, which is to play less?
Okay, I hear you.
Each team plays twice a week. Stagger it so there's teams who play so the teams play every day. There's games on every single day. And then that you can put them in prime time. You're not watching a game at fucking 4:30 on a Tuesday on League Pass.
Okay.
And then everybody plays. You make sure everybody plays in those games. Because right now this sucks. But we'll see.
I don't know. I honestly,
I'm not Adam Silver.
I kind of disagree. Okay. In the sense of like, my question is to you, Devin. Like, I enjoy being able to put on a game every night, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you think it was staggered, if every player was healthy, if every player healthy decided to play every game, how much more regular season basketball would you watch?
Probably a good bit.
But like, how much more?
None.
Fuck. Not much. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, it's like
agreed. Leave it the same.
They're gonna leave it the exact same. They're gonna leave it the exact same. They're not touching it.
Why are we adding this dumbass cup, bro? I don't
know. West C, you got Nuggets, Mavericks, Pelicans, Warriors, Grizzlies.
Well, the Pels are fucked.
Oh, well. And I mean, bro, I've been telling you this shit for I don't know how long, and you decided to come in here for this season. This season, out of all the seasons you could have came in with this type of energy, you came in this season talking about, no, I still have hope in Zion. I still believe in him. I think he'll be okay.
Dude, we've talked about this since him and Ja got drafted. I was always on the side of Zion. You were like, fuck that, Ja's better. Now it's the best ability is availability, and somehow Ja's on that court more often. But
still in that court more often, and that man's hurt too. And it's just the fact that, I mean, the man Zion can't stay healthy, and it's like, out indefinitely with a hamstring injury.
It's like, can we put an end to this indefinite bullshit in the league?
But like, I'm not gonna lie, when you see
like
the
that
word,
could be 6 months.
like the word, if there's any other player besides Kawhi you want to see like indefinitely next to, it's probably Zion.
Yeah.
In terms
like,
of
I
like,
want to see a timeline. I want to see 3 to 4 weeks. I want to see 2 to 8 weeks. Not 2 to 8, 6 to 8 or some. I want to see something. I don't want to see. He might come back next week. He might come back in fucking a year. Who knows?
I mean, it's just to the point where it's like Zion Williamson
Like, you're bust. You are a massive bust,
is,
and it sucks.
and what sucks is like the hate Ben
Sucks
Simmons.
how good he is.
The hate Ben Simmons gets. Exactly. It's how good he is.
Yeah.
To people like Ben sucks to a lot of people.
Ben's never that good. Ever.
A lot of people think Ben Simmons is garbage. And I mean, can he shoot? No. But I mean, before this whole injury thing, there was an idea that Ben Simmons' play style would have and could have worked.
Maybe.
Obviously we've never really able to.
No, but we've seen Zion. We've seen how his game is translated to the NBA and how much of an advantage it is for him to be so physical. But if he was 40 pounds lighter, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're looking at a different player. But yeah, just it's a shame because he is good.
When do you just accept that? Like, all right, he obviously just doesn't care enough about his job.
And I told you, like, when he went on Gil's podcast, and he was, I've been eating better and I've been doing my shit and all this. And it's like, there's a certain time when I need to figure it all out. It's like, you're saying that. You've said that your entire career. You've said that forever.
Mm-hmm.
Show it, dude.
Just figure
Quit
it
talking
out.
about it. I don't give a fuck. Figure it out. You're an
NBA
player.
Another thing is like, okay,
quit knocking out porn stars.
And not to harp on Zion's weight too much longer, but also it's like there's good healthy food.
Agreed.
Like, just fuck up some steak.
Also,
like,
you're running all day. How much are you fucking eating that you're gaining weight?
That's what I'm saying. You're Zion Williamson. Go home, have a big fat steak, and fucking go to sleep. Like, I don't know. Like, are you really eating just biscuits and shit? Like, what are we talking about?
Also, how the fuck was Charles Barkley healthier than you? How was Shaq healthier than you? These people ate like garbage ass and had no access to the same medical shit that we got now. And you're out here getting hurt every fucking 3
And
weeks.
It's like, bro, Zion, bro, we grew up in the same era. We all know you heard the same stories and watched Shaq get old and fat and get hurt. So you know what's going to happen to you at
now.
Now. Like, he's not
25.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's just, it's a shame.
And then you got the majority of the league who is in great shape. Yeah. And it's just him.
Yeah. So give me Denver. But I will say, out of all of these teams in the West, I will say if I'm going to pick Minnesota, the Lakers, and Denver, it's probably going to have to come down to me between either OKC. Nope, Chet's out. So give me Dallas as the wild card. Give me those teams coming out.
Give me Golden State. Golden State seems like a team that's going to do well in shit that doesn't matter.
We're doing this right?
I think so.
We are predicting this right. I mean, we.
All right, now do we get a wild card?
That was the wild card, yeah.
That was the wild card.
Realistically, it gets settled with 6 undefeated group champions and a single 3-1 team in each conference. Okay, so we're right. We're right.
Who'd you say is the champ of the thing? I got lost in the Zion talk.
What do you mean?
Of that?
No,
who was the third?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
I would say, I got Minnesota, Lakers, and the Nuggets.
Yes, okay, yeah, Nuggets. Because it was Nuggets, Mavs, and shit, right?
And then, give me Mavs as the wild card team.
Yeah, give me the Warriors.
All right, over on the East. So, East A, you got Knicks, Magic, 76ers, Nets, Hornets. I'm not going to lie, bro. Fuck caring about the league. These players are getting hurt really damn early this season.
Mm-hmm.
That might be another reason why they might not give a shit for this NBA Cup because I mean, I don't know. I guess bro, because of injuries, I don't know. Orlando, Phil, like what? Maxey comes out a star in the East, or Brunson holds it down in New York. I mean, it's
Yeah, maybe the Knicks.
I probably would have to still go with the Knicks. You go over to
But
East.
I think this experiment with the Knicks is really a failure. I think they may have had something good. I don't know,
It's
maybe.
November.
I'm speculating.
It's November. No, I mean get your take off. But just failure already. I mean, I'm just
No, but it makes me upset that they had something good. At least they thought they did, and then they go and fucking change it up big time.
you're okay. But let's be real. You're mad they took him from Minnesota. Cat added to the Knicks is
Shit.
not a bad move.
No, but
You know, it's the fact that they took.
now I want to see the T Wolves fucking
I want to
go crazy.
Yeah, I want.
Also, Ant's probably the funniest dude in the league.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Ant knocked up Lil Baby's baby mama.
Okay. So we talked about this last episode.
Did we? And then he dapped him up.
We talked about this last episode, and then like we kind of like were very subtle about it, and then this episode you just So that happened. I guess
said it,
I don't know. I don't care.
We don't. I don't know if that's the truth or not.
I also don't care. You know, like it's like
No.
like if
But no, I watched some of that starting five documentary,
I've not seen any of that.
and his girl was on there, and he was like, "It's my baby forever." It's like, all right.
All right, okay.
You guys are best friends.
give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks. East B, the Milwaukee Bucks, who might be the big. You want to talk about failures?
Oh yeah, dude.
Pacers,
That's
Heat,
fucking
Raptors,
shame.
and Pistons. Which Dame is in concussion protocol. Since we're talking injuries and shit, Dame is in concussion protocol. Miami is starting
Surprised
off.
Kawhi has claimed a concussion before.
Miami's starting off slow. Well, see, Kawhi would have to have a brain in order to have a concussion. He is made up of wires and transmitters and transformers and fuses and
he's an alien boy. I did see that the Heat just lost to the Pistons in the NBA Cup.
The Heat are starting. Jimmy's out. I think Jimmy's
Spoelstra
out.
took a timeout when he had none, so technical loss again, whatever.
I think Jimmy's gone. By the time this trade deadline, I'm already getting excited for the trade deadline. I'm not gonna lie, especially with this like being in the hopes of like if we could really send Jimmy like. And
I mean, I get if I'm Jimmy. Like at first, my first thought was like he should have left last year, or at the end before the season. But if he's able to take a look at who's trending upward and who needs a shooting guard, and he can go pop on one of those teams and be pretty seamless, then that'd be dope.
Not somewhere where they're like, okay, and you get to just run the floor and scrape by in the playoffs. Go get a chip. Yeah. Go get a chip. Like this Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players of all time. I need that man to go get a chip because obviously the Miami experiment, it was fun. It was cool. It was entertaining.
Very.
But now it's just.
It was entertaining until.
I'm not watching bro rot in Miami. That's not. No.
He can't spend the rest of his time there. I don't want that. But I think wait it out till the trade deadline.
But I guess with that being
maybe head out west.
Give me the Pacers.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I
like Tyrese. I like Siaki.
It's yeah, okay. Yeah, give me the Pacers. Give me the Pacers. And then over in East C, you got Boston, the Cleveland Cavs, Chicago, Atlanta, and Washington. Okay, obviously whoever doesn't win in the East out of Boston and Cleveland is going to be the wild card.
Of course.
Because this is it right here. I mean, Cleveland's undefeated going into the NBA Cup. So if they continue their undefeated streak, they're going to win this EC. Now, I'm going to say
the NBA Cup.
I'm going to say fuck the money, fuck everything else. There's going to be teams that are going to be matching up against the Cavs in this cup, in this NBA Cup. who've been hearing this noise about them being undefeated, and they gonna care more about knocking them off one time, more than getting to the end of this championship. So
of course.
I will say Boston ends up being the winners of the East C division, and the Cavs end up being the wild card, and they maybe catch their first L in this cup.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Cavs are what? 10-0, 12-0.
Cavs are 12-0. Yeah, Cavs are 12-0 now.
Beautiful.
Okay, looking at this again. So KD may be back because it says group games will be played on Tuesdays and Fridays. Oh, no, excuse me, until December 6th. Quarter games will be played at home venues on December 10th and 11th. The semifinals will be played in Las Vegas on December 14th. Finally, the championship will be played on December 17th in Las Vegas. Meanwhile, the 22 teams that don't reach the knockout stage will play 2 more regular season games against opponents that haven't yet been determined on December 12th or 13th and 15th or 16th, while the 4 losing quarterfinal teams will play 1 more regular season game on one of those dates. And they have the schedule. I'm not going to read out the schedule. And it says what's different this year. We can start with the name. It's not the in-season tournament anymore. It's now the Emirates NBA Cup. More noticeably, the courts also got a redesign. Last year's courts were specifically designed to make them stand out for the tournament. And while the league is using unique courts again this year, they won't feature the runway across the middle of the court. So bullshit about, here's the prize. Featured a trophy. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But what are they really receiving? A $500,000 bonus. Losing the championship game gets you $200,000. Losing in the semifinals gets you $100,000. And losing in the quarterfinals gets you a 50-piece. So slightly less from there. Finally, a media vote after the championship game will determine the tournament's MVP as well as the tournament team, the top team. Who do you think's favored to win it all?
Celtics.
Yeah, that's a good guess. It's the Celtics.
It's right.
It's the Celtics. The Celtics are favored to win.
I think they're favored to win everything. They're favored to go to the moon first, and
man, we might be sleeping on Philly though. I mean, Joel might pop out in the NBA.
We might be sleeping on Philly.
What? We might be sleeping.
No. It was just like you caught an epiphany.
I know. Well, I mean, because I'm catching.
They're 2-7 or something. They're 2-8.
But I'm catching highlights of just Joel right now, and I was like, all right, okay, like
yeah.
You might have something. We'll see though. We'll see. But
I mean, right now the league's wide open.
But I figure we take a look into the NBA Cup, Devin. We need to see what we are about to indulge in. We need to see what we're about to really get into, and that's the NBA
I'm gonna be
Cup.
indulgent.
Besides that, we talked all the injuries for the NBA. There's another question I wanted to ask, but we'll talk about that closer to the playoffs. Finally, Thursday night football.
One question real quick.
What's up?
When did you realize that Dennis Schroeder speaks with a German accent and wasn't just born there?
Years ago.
Okay.
When did you?
Like a month ago.
Dude, I hope one day there's just a compilation of like it's look, and I know I've said I'm not talking about like the hate and whatever, but it is funny that like we genuinely look, I like talking about the NBA. We obviously have more fun talking about the NFL.
Of course.
It's just what we enjoy more. And it's
especially regular season.
It's just funny how people will sit here and like, you know nothing about football. You know that, and you almost go out of your way to be like, especially in the regular season, you're like, yeah. I don't fucking care. Like I do.
What about the NBA?
Yeah, you're like, I don't care. I don't know what's going on. Are they good? Are they good? But nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. You know why? Because there's 82 fucking games.
Hard to follow.
It don't matter till goddamn June, bro.
It's like, for me, baseball is easier to follow than this shit because they have series. Mm-hmm. When you match up against a team 3 times in a row, you can tell things. You can figure out things about a team. But when you play them once every 3 months, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Especially when they're playing so many fucking games. I want to see a series.
But Dennis Schroeder,
I want to see Philly play the Celtics 3 fucking times.
Yeah, well, you probably will.
I want to see the Bucks play fucking the Lakers 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good. It'll be cool. But yeah, Dennis Schroeder does speak with a German accent.
Like very.
Yeah.
I'm playing on basketball. All right, brother.
Thursday
It's
night.
not racist. Someone in my family's German.
Okay. I mean, I'm German, I guess. So it's like
Maybe.
whatever. I guess we want to pull that fucking card. Thursday night football predictions, Devin. Let's stop making fun of German accents and.
I'm not making fun of it. I was just doing it.
Mockery is the greatest form of flattery.
Imitation.
Yeah, mockery is not the right word. Mockery is actually bad, isn't it?
No,
Fuck.
that's bad. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's all right.
God damn it. I don't know anything about football. Thursday night football predictions, Devin.
That's why you're gonna pick the Eagles this week.
Don't act like you're not A, excited, and B, worried.
Very excited. A little worried, yeah, just from a defensive standpoint. Hopefully we learn something playing the Steelers defense. Like, if we can go out against the Steelers and score 27 points, and that's like a bad game for us, like we should have had a lot more points in that game. I think it's a somewhat decent sign. Yeah, I think if defensively we can maintain Saquon and kind of shut down the deep ball, that has been our problem with this Eagles team in recent years, is A.J. Brown getting open deep and Devonta Smith getting open deep, and limiting Saquon.
It's a big ass.
Containing Hurts a bit.
It's a big.
And then I'm not too afraid of this defense.
But you're afraid of the offense.
A little bit. Especially with AJ back and maybe Devonta can get going again.
Well, see, Jalen's been kind of hot.
Yes.
He's been kind of hot.
He heard that we were saying Saquon's doing all the work. And
he was watching the pod, and he was like, you know what? Fuck this.
He was like, maybe I do suck.
Fuck these dudes.
Maybe let me try to figure this out, because
and
I'm just thinking.
Look, I don't want to seem like a hater. I don't want to seem like I'm going against your team. But I will say, I did think shit before this game. A couple weeks ago, you could ask me, and I do think y'all are going to split the two games.
Yeah, it's a matter of when. I'm going to be honest. I think Philly's only going to get stronger, and I think teams are only going to figure us out more and more.
Okay.
Which, yeah.
I'm gonna say it's in Philly. Philly's hot. Washington is coming off of a game that they should have won.
Knew they should have won.
This is hard. This is hard.
No, it is.
This is hard.
I mean, I'm taking Washington. I do remember when you said early in the season, you're like, bro, you can't just take Washington because they're your team. I said, fuck that. I was right a lot of these. Sometimes I'm wrong. Again, I could be wrong this game, but I want to see us walk in your trap and take over your trap. Just kidding. I can't stand that fucking saying. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Kirk. It's a shame that someone thought that you were still worth it in this league, because you're okay. You're not great.
He's all right. He's all right.
He's okay.
He has his moments.
And that's
I
fine.
guess for the sake of the competition, the sake of the drama, and for some reason I can't. It's hard for me to say why I'm picking Philly, but it's also hard for me to give a reason for why they'll lose now. So I'm gonna go with Philly. Hopefully y'all catch the dub. If y'all roll Philly over, then I mean it's like, then we gotta really start having some conversations about Washington.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta really like,
and we really have to have conversations about what Philly's doing.
But
so if we want to talk about teams that really haven't played a whole bunch of boys out
people
there.
go back and forth about Philly every other day. one
did
day,
spank the Bengals.
one day they're great. Next day they fucking blow and they're the Eagles and they're whatever. And the next day they're fly, Eagles fly, whatever.
True.
If you guys beat them, 10 or more points, like it's just y'all walk into Philly. It's like, oh yeah, y'all got Saquon, that's cool. Oh, Jaylen's been on a run, that's cool. Jaden Daniels comes in there and just throws 3 tutties and what 3 incompletions maybe, and it's like y'all really just roll them over. Then there's gonna have to be some conversations being had about the Washington Commanders.
Of course,
sitting at 8-3. They're 8-3, Devin. If y'all were sitting at 8, come on. If y'all are sitting at 8-3,
that's scary.
That's scary. If y'all are sitting at 8-3 next episode, you gonna have a different look on your face. I know you are. I know you are.
Yeah, nah. It's gonna be a different world.
But all right.
And honestly, a pretty sad and shameful world. The same way it was this year when the Orioles were good until the playoffs. So
it's just mirror.
This is a weird time for me where I'm enjoying watching my teams play, but also hating every minute of it.
Welcome to Maryland sports. I mean, you knew this with the Orioles on a wire.
Well, the Orioles thing is recent. It's only 3 years old.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it.
Before that, it was tragedy.
But all right, we predicted the next Thursday night football game. We talked all of Week 10. We went over the NBA Cup. We gave out our MVPs. Devin, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, how are we looking record-wise?
Right now, you're sitting at 99-53, and I'm sitting at 104-48.
Damn, I made it worse, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oops.
It's a 5-game difference. But you were 9-5 this week. I was 10-4.
Okay.
But is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here? All right. Well, hopefully you enjoy this episode of On It. Make sure you stay tuned. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday to discuss Washington versus Philly, predict all of Week 11's football games, maybe talk some NBA, some college football, some off the record shit. Who knows? It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
YouTube, stop showing me videos of fucking spuds and beans and cheese. I don't like it.